Hello guys and welcome to a new tips video, and today's video is a good one as we'll be testing the new hacker class. I tested so many classes before, but this class is by far the most interesting class. There are so many things that go into it, so bear with me because there are lots of tips that I want to share with you guys, especially in the end where I'll be sharing the most useful tip that every hacker user must know and the best way to counter the hacker class. So get yourself a drink and grab your favorite snack, and if you have an online class then skip it, because this will be your online class for today. Let's get started. Let's start with the basics and then move on to the advanced tips. So the hacker class basically hacks enemy skills and prevents them from using it for a certain time. If you check the hacking device, you will notice two rows. The first one is called Destroyed, and it hacks enemy skills that are already deployed on the ground before the hacking starts. This includes skills like AIRBORNE, TRAPMASTER, Scout, and Mechanic. The second row is called Players, and it hacks the enemy minimap and prevents them from using their skill. Something worth mentioning, which was brought up by Nacho, the hack also freezes the enemy's skill cooldown. So in this example, notice the enemy used his skill already, and it's still in cooldown at around 30% right before he got hacked. And after his resystem was restored back, notice that the skill cooldown is still at 30%, which means his skill cooldown was frozen too during the hack. And that's a huge advantage, as it prevents the enemy from using his skill for even more time. This was interesting and I was surprised, because I tested many classes before, and this is the first time that I actually saw a difference in cooldown. So when you upgrade the hacker class, you will reduce the cooldown by 10 seconds, which is huge. Moving on to the hacker range. First of all, the range without an upgrade is shown here. This marker represents the distance to enemy hacker, which is exactly 100 meters. I tried at 101 meters, and the hack didn't work. After you upgrade your hacker skill, the distance will increase to 150 meters. To give you an idea of the hacking range when upgraded, you can cover large areas like docks and farm if you hack from the center of these areas. Another point worth mentioning here: in case there aren't any enemy players within your range, then the hack will fail as a result, and the cooldown will reset back to around 30%, and you'll be forced to wait before using the hack again. In the hacker device screen, there's a total of 6 skill hacking slots and 6 player hacking slots. And the question here is, can you hack more than 6 players, and can you hack more than 6 skills? Let's find out. We're gonna check the players first. So in here, we have a total of 7 enemy players. Let's see if we can hack them all. The answer is no. The maximum limit is 6 players, and the device chooses the players depending on the distance. As shown on the screen, Dark Shepherd was hacked first because he was the closest enemy to the hacker, then Ted, and so on. Captain Price didn't get hacked because he was the 7th player and the farthest enemy from the hacker. It's worth mentioning that the players get hacked separately as soon as the timer ends. Now let's check how many skills we can hack at once. So in here we have a total of 9 traps deployed by 3 different enemies. Let's see if we can hack all of them or not. Again, the answer is no. You can only hack a total of 6 deployed traps or airbornes or any other deployable skills. The other remaining traps were still on the ground, and it works the same as it destroys the traps that belong to the closest enemies first. Keep in mind that even though I didn't hack or destroy any of the traps of the 3rd player, I still hacked his minimap and prevented him from using his traps. Now let's check how long it takes to hack enemy players. First of all, we'll test hacking the player only without his skill. So it takes around 4 seconds. Now we'll test hacking the player with his skill.
Hacker incoming.
As you can see, it took around 6 seconds, which means 2 seconds to destroy the Airborne and another 4 seconds to hack the player himself. We have 3 questions regarding the hacking time. First one, does the upgrade reduce the hacking time? And the answer is no. The time remains the same. Second question is, how long does it take to hack 6 players? We already know it takes 4 seconds to hack 1 player. Does that mean that it takes 24 seconds to hack 6 players? Well, let's see. Notice that it only took 19 seconds instead of 24 seconds, which means the more players you hack, the less time it takes. It's like we hacked an extra player for free. Last question, does the longer distance mean longer hacking time? The answer is also no. It doesn't matter if the enemy is at 5 meters range or 150 meters range. The hacking time will remain the same. Next, we have the hack duration. How long will the enemy player remain hacked? So, without an upgrade, the enemy player will remain hacked for 20 seconds. 2 questions arise here. Does the distance affect the time? And again, the answer is no, it remains the same. Second question is, does upgrading affect the hack time? Let's put it to a test. Notice that the enemy got hacked for an extra 10 seconds and a total of 30 seconds, which is crazy good. Moving on to the fun part, testing the hacker class against other classes. We already know that the hacker class disables every single class in the game, but what happens if the enemy uses the class before getting hacked? So let's see what happens when we try to hack these classes after they're deployed. As you can see here, the medic was hacked, but he's still healing up, which means the hacker can't destroy medic if you use it before getting hacked. Same thing with the zombies. They will remain on the ground and they will attack you. When it comes to the mechanic, there's something important you need to know. The drone doesn't affect you at all without even using your hack on the enemy mechanic, and the reason for that is the hacker's passive as it stops all interference caused by the drone. Your minimap will work. You can switch your weapons, heal up, and you won't be slowed down, which makes hacker class a perfect counter to mechanic class. You don't even have to hack him unless you want to prevent the drone from locating you and exposing your location. Next, we have the Airborne, which is one of the classes that can be destroyed by the hacker and prevents the enemy team from using it, which is extremely useful. Another interesting class is the TRAPMASTER, and just like the Airborne, the hacker can locate enemy traps and destroy them. The only downside is that you have to destroy every trap separately, which means extra hacking time, and to be exact, 2 seconds for each trap and a total of 6 seconds for 3 traps. Next, we have the TRICKSTER. Tricksters can deploy their clones before getting hacked. But as you can see, the clones are still chilling and running around, so the hacker can't destroy clones. Now we're going to test the Poltergeist to see if he becomes visible again after the hack. The answer is no again. He still remains invisible. Moving on to another interesting comparison where we have the Scout. So first of all, as you can see, the Scout Dart can be destroyed with the hacks, but here's why it's interesting. Notice that both steps and X-ray vision are working, but the red dot on the minimap doesn't. And again, the reason for that is the hacker class is passive, which makes you undetectable by the enemy without having to hack them. But unlike the mechanic class, I wouldn't say the hacker is a perfect counter to the Scout, because even though you don't show up on the enemy radar, they can still see your footsteps and X-ray. Next, we have the Defender class. In here, I tried to hack the enemy shield and destroy it. But as you can see, the hack doesn't affect it, and the shield remains on the ground, and the enemy can use it as a cover if he deploys it before getting hacked. Finally, we have the hacker himself. What happens if a hacker tries to hack another enemy hacker? So here we have two enemies using hacker class, Daddy Price over here and the Dark Shepherd. Let's see if we can hack them. You guessed it, both Daddy Price and Shepherd didn't get hacked, and the answer is no. Hackers can't hack each other, and it makes sense. I already talked about the hacker class passive, which is called the hardwired. So it prevents your minimap from getting blocked by interference and cannot be detected by the enemy. First of all, I feel like they could have done a better job in describing the function of this passive, but anyway, I'll tell you how it affects your gameplay. First of all, we know that it stops the mechanic drone from slowing you down and glitching your screen in minimap. We also know that it prevents scout darts from exposing your position on enemy minimaps. But I tested it on two more things. First of all, the platform as we know the minimap in platform is always jammed and you can't open it while you're there. So I tested it to see if the hacker prevents that, and the answer is no. The signal remains jammed even after upgrading the hacker. Next, I tested the hacker against throwables like flash grenades and concussion grenades, which both can be considered as interference gadgets. But again, the passive doesn't protect against throwables, and I tried them all. We arrive at the most important tip for hacker users in this video. As you know, whenever you start hacking, the device covers your entire screen, which blocks your vision and makes you even more vulnerable. So what you need to do is just press the TPP/FPP switch button twice, and you'll be able to hack in third-person mode. This way you can see if there's an enemy trying to rush you and cancel the hacking if needed using this button. Many players underestimate the power of hacker class. Getting hacked for 30 seconds against a good squad can get you killed easily. So this is a good tip for you, especially teams that play in scrims and competitive tournaments. The key to counter the hacker is by using AIRBORNE. I know hackers destroy AIRBORNE, but not if you use it at the right time. So as soon as you hear the warning that there's a hacker nearby, you need to deploy the AIRBORNE instantly.
Find the hacker nearby, now.
This way, the AIRBORNE won't show up on the hacker device because you deployed it after the hack started, and at the same time, you'll have enough time to deploy it before getting hacked. As a result, you and your entire team will be able to use it normally. And you have the choice whether to fly in the sky until the hack is over, then rush the enemies, or to simply fly to another area. This is another common question. Does the hacker affect enemy skill passives like, for example, the Ninja Silent Footsteps? And the answer is no. It hacks the skill itself only. Even though we already went through it, I'll mention it again because it's important. Upgrading hacker class will grant you three things. 1. It increases the range from 100 meters to 150 meters. 2. It increases the hack duration from 20 seconds to 30 seconds. Finally, it reduces the cooldown from 59 seconds to 49 seconds. Sorry if I took a long time on this one, but every piece of info I shared is useful, and I hope I answered all your questions and provided all the info you need to know about this class. I don't usually say this about my videos, but this one is really useful and really worth sharing with your friends. Also, a like would be appreciated as it helps promote the video. Thank you all for taking the time to attend my online class. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, stay safe and take care of yourself and your family. Peace.